count right now because, as you pointed out, it has just updated, and we will continue to update, and these are the new numbers as we see them. You've got Donald Trump now with 316. Many people said if he made it over 300, he was going to be very difficult to take down in this race. Cruz is now at 226. You are at 106 on that delegate count. And let's take a look at Virginia, too, because Virginia was the big story that you talked about last night in terms of how much you accelerated your campaign in Virginia. You are only one delegate away from him in Virginia, and there's a lot of discussion that if John Kasich hadn't been in the race, you would have won it. But I guess it begs the question, is that, a viable excuse at this point? I mean, if you change around a lot of things, things would be different. But this is the way it looks.
Well, no, that's right. And you got to deal with what you have. And so it is what it is. I mean, we're one delegate shy in Virginia. I think the broader point is the states that are on the map now moving forward, do they look more like Virginia or more like some of the other states we saw last night? I think the answer is they look more like Virginia. And so we feel good about that. Some of these states are going to award all their delegates. Florida has 99 delegates. So if I win Florida, what does that math look like tonight? Obviously, Ohio's still there, but there's a big other states. Illinois is a big delegate-rich state. So we just feel very optimistic. Last night was not supposed to be my night. I never said Super Tuesday was going to be our big night. We wanted to do well. We wanted to pick up a lot of delegates. But we understood that other campaigns had spent a lot more time and money in some of these states. And I think that was reflected.
Understood.
In Georgia, a state where Ted Cruz badly outspent us. We beat Ted Cruz last night.
If that's the case, just given what's happened and given the momentum and given the psychology of this race right now, I mean, you will absolutely, obviously, have to win Florida, which you have guaranteed that you can do.
That's correct.
The polling, there are polls that show you down by about 19 points from Donald Trump, and I know your polling has you looking better than that. But can you guarantee that you'll win Florida? And what's your path to making up all that lost territory there?
Well, first of all, I don't believe it's that lost territory. Florida is a unique place to poll for a bunch of different reasons, including a significant number of Republican voters in South Florida who get the majority of their information in Spanish. Cuban-American Republicans is over 10% of the whole electorate. But beyond that, look, Florida, those are not accurate numbers, as you've seen. We have our own numbers. I think we'll see other numbers here soon that will show the same. It's going to be close, there's no doubt about it, but we know how to win in Florida, and we will, especially once Donald Trump is exposed for what he's doing now. Look, Donald Trump is a guy who says he's going to take on illegal immigration and bring jobs back to China. He makes all the Donald J. Trump clothing is made in China and in Mexico. He could bring jobs back right now by saying that from now on, all that clothes will be made in America. What he's done with his life and his business does not match up with the rhetoric he's using in this campaign. And I think that's very much like what he did with Trump University, where he promised people they were going to get this wonderful education that would lead to success in business. And the only thing they got was $36,000 of debt in many cases, and nothing but a picture with him, a cardboard cutout picture of Donald Trump. As he's being exposed, his numbers are coming down. Virginia is a good example of that.